Hello, and welcome back to our ongoing series, The Summoner's Guide to Final Fantasy XIV. Today's video, we're going to do the last of the 4-player dungeons, made available in patch 2.1, Copperbell Mines Hard Mode. Now, as you recall, Copperbell Mines was a very mechanic-driven dungeon, and the hard mode is certainly no exception to that. Okay. So it starts out not unlike the normal mode. So we're getting some P.E.K.K.A. right away. All right, so this lift is still functioning just like the other ones, but you'll notice some of the lifts later on, the actual elevator isn't there anymore. And so we're just going to be jumping down mine shafts. That'll be fun. Where the tank's trying to draw everything. I accidentally hit main. I want to. May need to reposition Bane. I keep accidentally bumping it when I'm using my other abilities. So, yeah, pretty basic stuff with the trash folds. Nothing to really concern yourself with too much. Alright, so in this section, our main objective is to take out these collapsed rocks. These brigands are just going to, on the sides are untargetable, they're just going to keep bombarding us. So we're hoping that... Sorry, get a little bit of a cold that I'm fighting off here. We're hoping that the tank picks up everything but the... picks up everything so that I can worry about taking out the rocks. Once I got my nuts up on that, I will go ahead and worry about killing the other ads. But again, we're just going to keep getting bombarded by those brigands in the cages. There's really nothing we can do about that except kill the rocks. tank did manage to pick everything up. That's good. They were all on me for a moment there. That kind of made me nervous, but all is well. Now we can worry about these guys. And I'll drop a Shadow Flare on them. Oh, yeah, I forgot. There's another rock there. We should probably take care of that. Alright, that should be it for the first section. We ought to be getting to the first boss before terribly long. Yep, here we are. First boss. This one is a little interesting, and we're going to see how this plays out. As you can see, the fight doesn't take place on a normal arena. It takes place on this long walkway. Now, as the boss progresses, either as the boss loses health, or as the tank continues to pull the boss down the walkway, the arena or the walkway will get covered in fire. Okay, the most important ads to worry about here are the flambeaux. Because you do not want them getting into the fire, otherwise they'll explode and do a great deal of damage to everybody. Alright, fire is gonna gather here, so I lost my pet. Alright, so usually the tank will just end up dropping everything here, which is fine. You just need to make sure you kill the flambeau as soon as it appears, lest it self-destruct or ruin the party. And that's really all you gotta do on that. Just keep moving with the boss, kill the bombs as they appear, and that's really all you need to know. Did I roll on that yet? No. Again, as I said earlier, no elevator here, so you just jump down the mine shaft. Alright. As in the other rooms, collapse rock is your priority here. There will be enemies that'll just keep spawning until the rock is destroyed. Once the rock is down, then you can worry about killing the other enemies. And that is literally all you have to do before the second boss. It's a very short second section. Alright, now this boss is very mechanic heavy. Alright, so we've got, we have somebody taking care of this mechanic, so we're gonna let them worry about it. Basically, you have to activate the plunger, and it will spawn something called a Waymaker bomb. Somebody needs to pick up the bomb and make sure that it's in the golem's path before the bomb goes off. Whoever is not doing the bomb should be worrying about the kindling sprites. So that's mainly what I'm going to be doing. The actual golem really isn't going to take much damage from my attacks. The Waymaker bomb is really the way to damage the enemy. So I'm going to make sure the sprites stay off of everybody and let because we've already got somebody else taking care of the Waymaker bomb, and that's perfectly alright. If you are the one who takes care of it, you merely interact with the bomb to pick it up. It will then give you a command on your hotbar to drop it. And the trick is you want to just kind of judge based on the enemy's trajectory where you think he's going to be when the timer runs out. Which can be tricky, because you may think he's going to be in a certain place and then he'll stop. Now, of course, you can just keep the bomb in your hand and let it blow up in your face. I don't know that I'd recommend that. Also, keep in mind that if you see a targeting icon, that's basically who the kindling sprite is going after. Which really doesn't matter, because I'm killing them immediately once they spawn anyway. Okay, so once the golem goes down, the boss fight is not over. The Spriggan that was commanding the golem will appear and break the blasting device. A bunch of bombs are going to spawn and basically get continuously larger until they cover the entire room. It's basically an enrage timer, but you don't really have to worry about the enrage timer on this. You'll kill it long before it becomes an issue. Alright, so the third and final section. Very basic. There really isn't much to this section. The third boss is also very mechanically driven, and I'm going to see if the same individual who did the Waymaker bombs is going to feed the golem, or feed the worm, I should say. Basically, throughout the fight, there's going to be this worm that's underground, and the worm is going to be looking for food. You need to get at that point, somebody needs to take a rock and put it into the middle of the arena where the worm is. The worm will then eat the rock instead of unleashing an attack. Hey, sorry, having some targeting issues here. I'm not sure why. There, that's what I wanted to do, and that too. Yeah, fair warning, I'm probably not going to be playing at my best for the videos that I create while I'm on this cold. It's a rather nasty head cold that's kind of leaving me in a perpetual haze. Fortunately, these dungeons are easy enough that I really don't have to be 100% coherent to play them. All right. Now we are at the boss. I'll just go ahead and skip this. I think the players are pretty anxious to get moving on this one. All right. So, for this boss, traditionally, this boss is tanked on the outer ring. Alright, so the Abyss Worm emerges. Is anybody other than me worrying about rocks? Yes, okay, good. Alright, now if you get targeted here, that means the ads are coming after you. And the ads are going to ruin your day. So it's probably a good idea for you to kill them, because they're going to ignore the hate table. they're just going to take on. They're going to attack whoever they've targeted. All right, so the red mage is taking care of these mechanics, and the power attack is almost impossible to dodge. I almost always get hit by it, and it puts heavy on, which makes it harder for you to run. All right, so whenever the Abyss Worm is searching for fodder, somebody needs to put a rock into the middle. Somebody who is not heavied. Yeah, otherwise that happens. Yeah, the problem is whoever has the heavy effect on is going to be pretty much useless in delivering rocks to the middle. And I kept getting hit by that power attack, so... Alright, back in the fight. There, that's how you deal with the rock. And that's why the boss is usually tanked on the ring. So you don't have to worry about the worm randomly hitting you. But we got through it. Alright, so that's Copperbell Hard. Again, some very, it's a very mechanic-heavy dungeon, and you still have to worry about the mechanics in this dungeon, lest you get yourself killed like I did. But other than that, pretty basic dungeon, and as I've said many times before, Gear is at the point now where you're really not going to have a problem with these lower tier dungeons. All right, so that's it for that. Next, the only 2.1 instance that I have yet to run is the trial that takes place in the story, and I need to advance the story before I get to that. But once I am there, we will record that one. And so until then, have a great day.